Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm streaming it off time for me. It's 4 p.m. Thursday Seattle time, but longtime viewers know what that means. Sweatsuit Invitational, that's right. It's the Sweatsuit Invitational, and this is really my title defense because we're doing a Chaos draft today, and Chaos is the format that the one time I won this event, it was in a Chaos draft. So I'm going to consider this my title defense and see if I can repeat as Chaos Draft champion of the Sweatsuit Invitational. And I'm just kind of biding some time, waiting for a kickoff here. I think we are, of our 32 participants, we've got 31 in their seats, and now we're drumming our fingers waiting for the straggler. But hopefully the straggler shows up soon. I wonder if they have a backup plan. If someone just completely forgets and doesn't show up, I wonder if they have some folks from Hunter Pence's crew who will step in and at least be a player in the event. I know they have some seat warmers that could probably become drafters as needed. Hopefully we won't need it though, and everybody will get here. And as we wait, I'm going to remind you that my awesome sponsor is CardKingdom.com. Sometimes I say that better than others. That was a little stumble. Let me try that again in a minute. CardKingdom.com. See, that sounded better than CardKingdom.com. CardKingdom.com is my sponsor. They are incredible at basically everything they do, whether it's slinging cardboard and supplies and sealed product to those Magic players who want them, or helping empower young women through their support of local charities and outreach. It makes me proud that they are my sponsor. So thank you, Card Kingdom. Check them out via my affiliate links, and then it lets Card Kingdom know you got there from here. Helps keep me on the air. They stay happy with me, and the capitalist world spins round. And we do have our pod complete. I'm going to hop to the left monitor here. And boom. For once, the timing is good. And looks like I am on, this isn't Gate Crash. This is, sorry, it's what are those Ravnica sets? Gate Crash is way old, but let's see. We have, I'm looking for the rare. Tesa, I remember, was a kind of a build around. I mean, there's some stuff going on there, but it's gold. I'd rather have Shark to Crab here if I'm taking a gold card. Grasping Thrall is great value. Final Payment, Summary Judgment, solid removal. Inheritance is interesting in that we could try to take this and build an aggro deck. Math likes the Inheritance. That's interesting. It is monocolored. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I'm looking at is gold, which is not the best. I've got 16 seconds now. I could just take... Yeah, I think we got to take something gold here. We could take Angel or Inheritance as a monocolored card, but I'm going to take the Crab. Yeah, Shark to Crab is just real good, and we don't have to marry it. We'll abandon if we don't find support in those colors. Sorry, I'm trying to get in a nice spot. So we're blue-green to start. Dragonfire, we all know and love as an excellent removal spell. Probably taking that over Pack Leader. Pack Leader is a build around where it's, you know, the synergies, you can't count on them. We don't know what kind of dog synergies we're going to be finding here. And there's some other stuff that you could talk about, but nothing's going to beat a powerful 3-mana instant 3 damage like the Dragonfire. So let's take that. Deal 3 to tapped creature is okay. Is okay. It's still a little conditional. And Shark Crab's a house. If we do end up in this seat, we'll be thrilled to have this card in our deck. It has the sequence of, play and activate, attack huge, pin down something. I mean, it can put your opponent so far back on their heels immediately that you can kind of run away with things. Hey, it's that set we know real well because we're playing it. Well, we haven't been playing it lately. So we have these teamer start, but I'm still on kind of just take what looks like the most powerful card. Unfortunately, there's not many powerful cards here. Maybe Bard is good enough. Druid class. I don't like this card. I just feel like 2 + 3 + 5 is not enough for a creature without trample, and the other stuff doesn't do enough. We are playing best of 3, so you're right, and we have a blue card that we maybe want to play. So math is right. We'll take the Ray of Frost. It might you can play this main, but not quite as good. Eagle likes the Bard. I'm with, I like the Ray. I'll take the Ray. We've been talking all day about aura removal and all of its problems, but in grab bag especially, gotta take some stuff and try and make it work. We could take Luminous Bonds for more aura removal. No white cards yet, though. I almost would rather take some fixing. You could take Guildgate and potentially end up Teamer. Math is laughing about it, but there's not much else going on here is the thing. I mean, what else do you want? We could take a Hired Poisoner for first black card. We could take Capture Sphere for more Capture Sphere for more rough removal. But I'll take the Gate. I'm taking the Gate. Four mana for not permanent removal is a tough pill to swallow, but you do what you gotta do. I get you. I was making that very case. Surprised to see this still here. It's 2 color, but, you know, that's Lightning Helix. Rare Lightning Helix is a possibility. Are we, what are we marrying here in terms of our color? We take Guild Globe and allow us to continue to have the tools to do 3 color. I think that makes more sense than a big dumb 6, a medium dumb 5, a new gold pair that we don't have any action on yet, and same with the veto. Like, there's just not much else here unless we want the Kronk. The crunch is not bad. We are in red, but it's pretty replaceable. So we'll take the Globe. Emergent Ultimatum is fun, but let's be serious. That's not going to happen with this deck, I don't think. Brushwag could play. Really, Shredded Sails could play. 4 damage to creature with flying, destroy an artifact or cycle. You could main deck that or bring it in. I don't love just a dumb old 4/2, and really Plummet is more reliable against flyers, but Shredded Sails is just better than Plummet if we're going to take that approach. So I'm going to take the conditional removal, but in a best of 3 situation, and it has cycling. So these formats tend to be a little bit slower. I mean, you can still curve out and everything, but you're not curving out with like perfect synergies. So it can be a little bit slower than usual. We're going to take Hobble Fiend here, and that's a fine pickup. It's just a 2/1, but you can sack some stuff, and it's you can do that at instant speed. So it's oh, you're going to kill my thing. All right, I'll make my Hobble Fiend bigger. There's documentation on my opinions of Dub, I believe there. Pyreling is a thing some decks can do, but it's not really a limited thing, so we're going to take the limited card. Right now, green is the thing we only have 1 of. I mean, we could just be red-blue if things continue as they're going. Thrill, Protege. I guess Protege is playable. More so than Wall of Runes, and Thrill is pretty replaceable. Cage Zombie is pretty good, but... oh, no, I was thinking of a different card. Never mind, that's just whatever. Well, whether or not this is a slow enough format for Protege, there's really nothing else for us, even if we're willing to say we're abandoning our colors or whatever. Skitters is nice, but let's take the Guild Gate and solidify some teamer fixing. Yeah, nice. Take it. Opt over crash through for filler cantrip. There are some spell casting rewards, and we actually have many. Like our problem is right now. Let's our creature count: Hobble Fiend and Shark the Crab and Protege. After one pack, we have 3 creatures. If you multiply that out, that's a 9 creature deck. That's a little short. Does that mean we play Herbalist, though? I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm going to take the Null Camp. More, Null Camp is pretty replaceable. Herbalist is awful, but if we end up in a spot where we're just desperate for creatures, you got to do what you got to do, and that seems more likely than desperately needing yet another medium spell. No. No. Garbage. Culprit? I don't know. Relentlessly mediocre cards is what I'm feeling. Hey, at least we got a meme for it. Yeah, advances a critter. That's not bad. What is it? Oh, wait, I want to see. I'm asked 3 for 4, but yeah, that's all it is. Well, I see our friend, the packmate down there. That seems fine, but I'm going to see what else is in the pack before I just snap the pack. But yeah, pack it is. Maybe this wheels for us? That'd be sweet, but I'm taking packmate. Yeah, Raven is interesting too, but give me a 3/3 for 4 that draws a card over a 3/3 for 4 that flies. Both on installment plan. That would be sweet. If we wheel the duel, it's a fist pump moment. It really sets us up with good mana to be able to include some green if we want. Although right now, we don't, I mean, I took the packmate first. Yeah, we probably really do want to play the green, especially again in this format where you're looking to find your edges in a chaotic situation, an underpowered situation because of the lack of synergy. Sometimes you have to go, you be more willing to splash in a chaos draft because the synergies are not going to be there like they usually are. Boots of Speed could give us some speed, but we're going to try Air Cult. It's pretty slow, we know that, but maybe this format will be, this format is a little slower, so this card should be a little better in it. Sphere is interesting, though. I mean, sweepers are not a common thing, and this is a targeted one where you can kind of play it interestingly and build towards the big side of things and sweep away the small stuff. But I'm just going to take the elemental. I know we're not black, but we could. It's splashable since it's a big X spell, and I don't. We could decide that black is so open we abandon the green and we splash black instead. But we'll take the cloudy here and try to stick teamer. But yeah, you got to be ready. I mean, like, if this were a little better, it wouldn't be here. But, if this were, say this did this on the turn you cast it, you didn't have to, like, wait. We'd probably take that on spec. See, because then we'd grab the Temple of Malice to help splash it. Or Unknown Shores. No, we won't, because that's terrible. But what will we take here? Still looking for critters, but none of these are, blah. Wah, wah, wah. Huntmaster is a creature, but it's not one we're excited about here. Well, Languish is the double black, so I wouldn't be looking to move into black as a main color. I was just willing to consider it as a possible splash if it was good enough. Let's just take a Return to Nature. Yeah, training. Okay, if I'm going to take a non... I was really hoping to find more creatures and not add, but this was a sideboard spell, basically. But yeah, training is main deckable. Let's just take it. But it's kind of a sad pick, right? Sad pack, sad pick. That's true. Temple is fine as a Scry Mountain. Oh, this set. What we got is the Quartermaster, Marauders. This can be better. I mean, it's 7 mana, but it does like it can end games. Speaker. Yeah, we can take Speaker, right? It's funny, it's Speaker or Timmy for sure. Like, what else is there? That Ruse is okay, I guess. Diviner, playable if you're being a little bit more defensive. Maybe we need like a 3-drop Brute. I'm having trouble. I don't know what our main colors are. That's like when it's fine to be teamer, but if you're taking a thing like Speaker, that's like a blue-green card, right? So is red our splash? It could be. Yeah, I guess it is actually. So that's fair. Like Hobble Fiend is our lowest red, like gotta play it on curve card, and all the other 2 red cards are splashable. And so maybe we're back to feeling more Simic in our approach here. And Hybrid says that's cool. So does Pteramander for that matter. Rob liked the Marauder, but I am thinking we're a little bit more Simic-y in terms of our early plays we want to make. Yeah, Hybrid is a little cleaner. Although we do have a deck that Pteramander could be good in. If nobody else feels like they have the tools for this, I can't imagine it coming back, but I love the Hybrid, so yeah, let's grab that. Duelist or Homunculus are more wheelable creature, more likely to wheel, that maybe that'll happen. And then look, Steam Vents, probably take the fixing. Rubble Belt, playable. Disdainful, playable. Ornery, good. But again, I'm thinking that we are Simic as a low color. So I actually like these 3 lands all having red in them. It's like you play these, we now have our red splash. Like we have 3 sources to a red splash without changing the number of sources for green and blue in a traditional no dual land deck. And red is a nice splash color because there's so much single red, 4+ mana, totally good playable removal. A lot of cards for us. This is nice to see. We might just want a Colossal D. I went to college and I got a big D. Colossal Majesty is interesting too, but we don't have the size for that yet. Let's get Colossal before we get majestic about it. And yeah, I think that's better than Courser. Orchard, not the splash we're looking to make. River Darter is a 2/3. Jade Artisan is a worse bard. Augur is card draw. It's card selection card draw, and we're low on 4s. Might as well take it. It's not super exciting as a 2/2, but it's gonna draw you a card. It came back! I believe I promised you one of these. Shocking Grasp could, you know, we're grab bag. You play stuff like this, try to make it work, get a little value, surprise them, find that edge case where you get the 2-for-1. At least, you know, it cycles. All you need is a creature and you can at least replace it. And then sometimes you can get a 2-mana 2-for-1. That doesn't suck, but it's not, this is not some appealing card, especially again as we're looking mainly for creatures. Unknown Shores is technically fixing, but it's not fixing I want here. Although if the strength of our splash was like a bunch of Dragonfires, I want to call that out because like we're not going to take it. But let's say you had 3 red cards that were all 2 and 3 mana high quality burn spells. You can play an Unknown Shores, but I still really don't want to. I'd rather just play a Mountain there, but if you had multiples, I guess. Anyway, my point was going to be that the fixing that adds a mana to the cost of a spell is generally pretty bad, but if you are splashing cheap, powerful stuff, it can still be doable, but you need a little more than that. Senate Courier, 1/4 for 4 flying is not enough. If we were playing white, we could consider it. Yeah, Wrap could have been a sideboard card. You're right. I probably should have grabbed that. I played so much best of 1 these days, I'm forgetting about my sideboarding considerations. Funny. Disinformation Campaign, one of the best cards in that format, but because of the insular and only in that format surveil mechanic. It's our old pal Dominaria. Hey, Dom. What you got? Blink of an eye, looks like. Skitters. Skitters is solid, but our fixing is already solid. I just don't feel like we need it with where we're at. I'd rather just take Blink. And then Chronicler is similarly powerful, but again, you want that flexibility of turn 2 or turn 6. And turn 6, it's red, and turn 2, it's red. And right now, neither of those things I'm counting on being able to do. So Blink or Skitters, and since our mana is nice and solid, we'll take the Blink. And somebody gets Shalai, and we got to remember that. It's worth remembering that we're drafting in pod. So as we see these bombs sliding by, when you see that player across the way with the forests and the plains, yeah, you better figure they got that lady lurking in their deck. Thunderdrake. We got so many 2s, and so many of them are cantrips. We're pretty likely to be able to get this some counters, but it's also in our 2 icicles. We've got 4s and 2s pretty deeply, but I'm not interested in either of these red cards on 3. Not loving our deck so far, to be honest, but it's got, for one thing, we're passing good stuff that we're not playing and others are going to play against us, and I just don't see the card quality here, and the curve is whack. Curve is whack. But look, it's another Shark to Crab. So there's that. All Shark to Crabs all the time. Which is, of course, another 4-drop. Look at this. It's so funny. Where's your depth, Ryan? 0, 2, and 4. How about you? Yeah, that would be so sweet. That would be incredible, Hat. Magic Gods, you heard him. Clean living, Robert, except for the fact that the rest of the deck is pretty whatever. So maybe they're on to me, those Magic Gods. More fixing for our colors. We just take fixing. But Slimebind, Red Horn are actual spells. I think we need a Red Horn. It's at an okay spot in the curve. And our fixing's fine. I really am concerned about how we're winning this game, and Rendhorn is legit now that I've remembered what it actually says. Locket, maybe the Locket wheels, and we have ramp for 3. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to take it, but yeah, I'm gonna take the Rendhorn. Oh yeah, it's like, wait, suddenly I thought this was the this Rampage of the Clans was the is in the same set. The enchantment that like lets you draw a card when you play a unique creature. And I was like, I almost panicked that I had goof grabbed or not seen that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a stupid 3/3 for 3 because look at this 3 slot. This is actually fine for us here. Yeah, that's a great point, Menudo, and I was thinking about that as I look down. It's like, what are we ramping to? I mean, it helps to get to 6s, but there's nothing up here right now, so... Excuse me? I love my soda, but it's got all these bubbles in it. Hot weather. Long locks. We can't not continue to get fixing. But maybe we're supposed to take something else. We got Gust of Wind. Got Go for Blood. That's like removal that cycles for 1 in our splash color. Dolphins, kind of interesting, but I don't know what exactly we're doing with that. I'm going to take the removal in our splash color with the 1 mana cycle. That seems all told pretty good. But we continue to grab not critters, and I know we're low on them. I mean, I could... currently... Oh, I guess we got reasonable creatures in the pile, but I still don't trust our creature sitch. But I like our land sitch. We take an elemental summoning and main decking it as an easy to cast 4/4. Probably not. I like this campus a lot because of the scry. Oh, sorry, Outburst is good. Yeah. I've been in the... Well, our fixing is good enough to take Outburst, but Campus is interesting because of the scry, but good call that Outburst is totally takeable here with our good fixing, deep fixing. Yeah, I'm with you, Robert. I feel you, Math, and maybe I'll regret that, but this is a nice another pickup, and maybe now our best duel. I mean, it doesn't help our splash color, but the scry is so real. I like a Glimmerbell. Well, maybe not. I like Glimmerbell in the format it was in because you did stuff like mutating onto it. It's less impressive here, and we might just want Boar, except Boar's another 3 or 4. This is another 2. I'll take the cheaper card on that philosophy. Scout is in that category. It's just a herbalist, right? These are functional reprints, right? Yeah. Functional reprints, that's what we call those. And it's exactly the same amount of bad. Could take a Journey Mage because it's technically red and technically better than this. I guess I'll take it. I don't know. I just don't want to Scout. I'm not gonna play this herbalist if I can help it. Although, frankly, maybe I need to play the herbalist because ramping to 4 is legit for us. We have no 3s. And I don't want to play this one. So I really... And this one is terrible. Like, we really don't have 3s. GG. Wow. The hookup for... maybe there's not a Shalai drafter. Because with the Raptor still here, maybe there's not someone going to take big advantage of that Shalai. Should we have been green-white? Yeah, it's pretty open. Maybe I married Shark early, but... Or blue-white seems the acuity still here. Open the Gates is fixing since we have gates. We have gates in both our colors, so Open the Gates is a legit replacement for land. Slimebind comes back. Nice. Because we need more 2s, and we need more not creatures. That's decent removal for being an aura. It's tricky, but not for us. And I don't doubt the boar is making it. And probably starting sales on the board, but I would play a main deck blood. Like, we're doing all this, haha, we've got our splash all covered. Like, what are we splashing and why? A Scorching Dragonfire? That's it. That's all we got. Like, fixing till the end of the world, but we got nothing to splash. Well, you never can tell. Well, my Michelle. Oh, is Gremlin in there? Get out. Steam vents and the gate. Like, maybe we cut the fjord? How many wizards? What's our wizard synergy? Oh, this doesn't say here. I don't know. What are we really getting out of that? I think we just try to... Let's see. First, let's see how... If we cut it all. So 28. But this is effectively a land. So 27 and cut the ruse. Cut the globe. Our fixing is good enough with lands. We don't need no globe. Yeah, in hindsight, I think I'd like the creative outburst. Yeah, but what do we take over it? I don't know. I still do love this campus. Maybe we're just fine being a more streamlined green-blue deck. But that, by the way, that's Rocket's Margaret bark. There's something like maybe Margaret's coming home or something. His high-pitched bark is, I love that person. I love that person. Person, come back up here. Come home, person. As opposed to his serious, I'm mad at you bark. Get away from here, mailman. This is not your house. You turn around. Boy, this is, these creatures, ugh. Probably cut a Seaguard. Relentless Advance is a 3/3 for 4, full stop, and a vulnerable one dies to bounce. Hey, good news, this isn't a 2-drop. It doesn't have to be. It can also be a 4-drop. Opt is like a 3-drop because, oops, we're gonna cast it with a 2-drop on 3. Anyway, I'm gonna pull this back. All right. Ray of Frost in the main. Ugh, this deck, gang. Good to see you. Too bad we don't get to hang out very long tonight. I appreciate you hanging around. We'll be done quick, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? That's how I'm feeling about this one. And yeah, no, I'm cutting this as a land. This counts as a land. So I was getting rid of things that I'm counting as a land so that I can see what our 23 spell count is. And yeah, let's call this a deck. See, definitely those. I'm considering even just leaving out the Fjord as a tap land when we have decent fixing for the red, but let's play it. And then I'm going to export. Hop here. Sure. And this is 819 Sweat. Or we can come up with a good name though. Sharkey's Day. Ooh-ee. He's Mr. Heartbreak. All right. I just want to check the mana here. They're putting a mountain in. We don't even need it. Yeah, we're not doing. We're not. This is. Well, there's basic land, so we could use Open the Gates to fetch a basic mountain. So we could keep it. I just don't think we need it. I think we're fine waiting until we get our red source from one of our 4 ETB tapped lands, and that's fine. And then we're going to add back a forest to help with the Open the Gates. But let's do our full count. So we got 1, 2, 8 green, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue. So let's actually go 9 green, 8 blue. And then I like that better for the gates. Apply some styles. This looks teamery of sorts. Well, it looks Izzity, but you know. And then I'm going to prettify my lands, especially because I just don't like these. Were we lost, or was it just kind of not breaking for us there? It felt like it just wasn't breaking for us, although maybe I'm just trying to excuse myself for failing to find the open lane. Excuse myself for marrying my first picks. Oh, I didn't want that. Ryan. Is this right? Wait, this must be one more. 6. Ugh. 6, 7, 8. Oh no, okay, it was this way. We just don't have a lot of green duels is the thing. Whereas we have a lot of blue ones. Which is fine, because that means forests are more likely to enter untapped for us and give us a turn 1 gates or speaker. All right, throw that challenge out there and see if we hit. We do. Good luck, Oppo. Let's go, gang. Hopefully we draw the best part of our deck. It didn't work too well, Siriana. But actually, so Killian didn't work too well. Because I would just kill my Killian, and then Killian was well named in Historic Brawl. But then I just switched to I don't know how, I don't know what kind of person this makes me, but I switched to a Thalia, and instead of trying to do black and white, I just went mono white aggro with Thalia, and I got a lot of wins on turn 2 Thalia, and at least one win on your commander's Thalia. So there's that. I have a pro point. I have 1 pro point. I got a pro point in my only event ever where I could even earn a pro point. You might not realize that about me, but I spent so much time at Wizards. I was just getting serious about tournament magic when I got my pro point and then started working at Wizards. This is a nice keep. Tap land, second land, packmate, suspend. I know it's not suspend, but you know what I mean. Nothing else to play here, so great option for us to be able to foretell that. And I shouldn't have, that was bad for me to play this land, because I should have played Packmate first, and Magic Gods ought to punish me and draw me a tap land. Just don't tell my opponent. Oh, they decided to be kind today. Maybe they're just gonna be like, we're just not gonna give you any land at all now. Oh! No, apparently the Magic Gods are on our side today with, Oppo discarding to hand size to open the game. Not great. I'm not playing Shark Toe. Well, I can play Shark Toe, and then the first thing they play, we get to pin down if we draw another. If we don't even need to draw another land. Yeah, if Kavartek doesn't come up with something PDQ, this game 1 is going to end PDQ. Unfortunately, Oppo agrees. Sorry about that. Let's try to have a game in game 2. Didn't learn much. Red-black, we can expect there's removal. We don't have much to sideboard, really. Our card quality is pretty weak in the board. There's worlds in which we're going to want to bring in a 2/5 to block. We could play a boar. Our red is splashable enough that maybe I should be considering like a boar over other weaker cards. But against a 4, like I want to splash 3s and... I'm going to run it back. Freebie there from a Mana Screwed Oppo. And we can keep this and have a nice curve again. Well, as far as our curves go. All right, well, we have, like, hybrid now, and next turn, vents tapped, open the gates, tap land, opt, as at least maxing our mana. I decline for this trade. Each creature you control with menace can't be... Okay, so it's the triple menacer. Do you think they would trade off for the hybrid? And do we want that? I mean, I don't want to sit around waiting for the hybrid to get big when we're not adding other things to the board. And this is not possible for us to block, so I am actually going to start with an attack. If they trade, that's cool, but I can't block this, and I don't want to block that, so we'll look for other things to do for the moment. We're not missing any colors, right? So we might want the blue. No, we're not missing it. We'll take the gate. Get a tap land out of the way. That's fair. You're right, Hat. I was thinking of opt as like an end of turn play, but I could have done it to try to find better action. It's our Skitters. But we take Dominaria. Took a colored card, I remember that. Blank, thank you. I don't remember things. You watch, you all are watching, we'll keep that. Ted Lasso, right? I got his advice down. I absolutely have a memory like a goldfish. So, I got you, Ted. Thank you. All right. Dead crab would be rough, but I'm going to risk it for biscuit and say have some removal. And then if they do, we're not dead. Crab, Elemental, or Activate Crab, Elemental are all interesting plays. This suggests removal, but they didn't attack with Surveyor, so it probably means some sort of 2 damage spell. And if that's the case, I'm actually going to take, because that means when we put this to 5/5, they don't. The 2 damage spell with 2 powered attackers isn't going to work anymore. So I'm going to go to 10. A little risky against aggro red-black, but I don't want to give up the Krabby Crabs. when we can pin down like the Howlbonder and leave the hybrid back and threaten the Goblin, which maybe is what I should have done, is be willing to block. But I didn't know they were going to be willing to attack into the Krabby Crabs, so. That's true, but that's true, and then this couldn't block, so maybe it is one. What do you think it is? Ah, there you go, we had it. It was the Archer. Yeah, interesting. Well, they found a way, but I'm not super unhappy with that. Well, I don't think is this the right one?
Archer.
Hey. Yeah.
Archer. 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 Archer.
So definitely going Fjord here. And then the question is, activate this, and we need to be on blocks. I think we, with an addition of another creature to the board, I think I'm on freeze, Sharkdo freeze, and then next turn air elemental, and then Sharkdo again after that. We got to stay back on D, and I don't want one of these to untap. Let's take out the Archer, and now see, because I think that Oppo, their big attack trick into the Sharktocrab was involving the stuff we've seen, the Archer and this. Jaya's interesting, but can't get it done here per se. Oh. I need to read this. If another red source you control would deal damage to a permanent player, deals that much damage +1. So I see. So Goblin kills us, but we'll just we'll take the free Surveyor then, because Goblin goes ping for 2 and then punch, combat damage for 3. And now we can crack back, kill Jaya, and play hopefully more defense. Although we are. This whole life total as a resource thing is being put to the test. We're not dead. Are we? Maybe we're just dead now. Maybe that was bad. Let's see. So if we go, because the trouble is we need to kill Jaya and have multiple blockers. That doesn't look good for us. So I do think we are done with this one. Oh, no, she doesn't. Another. It's not. It's another, not her. But it still puts us so low that we're kind of out of options. But we can. We can't let Jaya live. Yeah, I think we're just barely out of options. But we came pretty close, because it's just that we have 4 things that need to die, and we have 3 ways to prevent them. So just we're gonna scoop it up and not show it that we have 2 crabs. But we did. We came close. Looks like I should have stayed back to block that one turn with the Sauron, I think, or the whatever it's called, the 2/2. I think if we'd stayed back to block and taken a chance on that Goblin, we might have been able to pull that one out. Again, though, not much to change. We're just trying to manage the shredded sails is a question, but I didn't see anything. No artifacts, no flyers, so we're not bringing that in. And we could bring in a Seaguard, given how they're, combining damage. So actually, I think big toughness might be better than low toughness card advantage. So I'm going to try this. I just think a 2/5 matches up well against what I was seeing over there. I don't think that would do it. I mean, we couldn't let Jaya live, and she needed to be attacked. And then there were 3 things to stop. We were at 1 life. We need to go kill Jaya. 3 things all need to be stopped. We couldn't do that. Nothing. We couldn't stop 3. This looks fine though. Ish. It doesn't look great, but Opt helps out a lot. We want to find something to put this on and cast this on. It's not a 5-drop. I do need to tap the land. What am I? Is this Magic Online? Hey, buddy. Get up here! And a 3-drop? This is about as millhouse as it gets for our little deck here.
Everything's coming.
Oops. Double-clicked.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
The untap doesn't do much here, but sure. This should be good. I bet if we put training on the hybrid, they go to block it, and then we blow out. Well, not blow out. We get the trade with the giant growth. The classic! It's the classic, everybody. That's an alpha card, baby. I love that this game is almost 30 years old and cards from its first set are still perfectly functional in the game. All right, we're coming up a little short on land now. Only fair, given what Oppa went through in game 1. I'm going to send in, though, and keep trying to apply pressure and force a trade here. Really need that land untapped so we can crab it. That's not a bad thing for us to see, depending on what else comes down here on 5. Yeah, that's not the worst, because if they block here, it's a 2-for-1. We're going to offer it, and then unfortunately do nothing next turn if, or the rest of the turn besides play the land. But clear board, 4 mana, Shark coming, Drake coming, big stuff coming. I think we're doing all right. And now with the new land, we can go straight to a 5 here, which I like. Could even haste it. Surprise him with a 4 to the face right now. Usually I go for size, but they're so close to dead, I think we should go for immediate pressure. Oh, this is a bomb. Let's see. So, just when you thought you were going to win a Magic game, we have to make our life total 4. Play down a Shark to Crab or a Drake and just win off the Drake from there. It's doable. But we can't give them 5 2/2 black zombie tokens. And but next turn we can discard our hand. Ooh, and Dreadmaw is... I mean, if they have removal for Dreadmaw, we're kind of in trouble, but I can live with that. We're going to play Dreadmaw, send in Renhorn here. And they kind of have to block here, or they risk just dying to our... Oh, they're going to take it. All right, well, maybe they've got some haste or something. But this is the line I feel like we have to take. And if we lose here, I'm going to salute and say I told you so. I don't love the deck. A lot of... But, we just... I mean, this was a pretty good game, and then this bomb showed up. So we'll see. So this says torpedo damage to player deals double. Okay, well, we can block. They didn't think we were going to have a big enough creature to block is the thing. So I think we got there, gang. Woo! Empty-handed. And draw land. Wow! Barely. We beat a captive audience. Had to do a lot of work ahead of time to beat the captive audience, but that's what happened, so we'll take it. Yeah, he's set the challenge, so we'll just get going. Both. Small dogs in a small dog park. It only becomes a dog park when there are 2 more dogs in there. All right, well, we get to ramp to an auger. That's not the worst. Although with 2, anyway, we'll see. I think we need to draw another land. We can't ramp to auger with 2 ETB taps. But we'll play the Guild Gate. Sharkey. I can't believe I have to play this meme when this shows up on my side of the battlefield.
Oh. Hey, Holmes. Oh, yeah.
We'd love, love, love a basic land of any kind. Any basic land draw. Well, even that doesn't work. Gosh, we don't get Shark Crab early, unfortunately. Because we would need a basic land in hand, and then we need to draw another one. So my dreams of 4 on 2, or 4 on 3 are dashed. But we can still use the Herbalist to ramp. We just can't do anything with it this turn that's super relevant. Although we could train the Herbalist. I don't want to do that, though. So we're just going to open the gates. No gate to get. We got both our gates right here, but we'll get a basic. And I guess we'll get a green. Need some more of that. And then... yeah, I'm kind of tempted to cycle. Maybe I should just play the training. I mean, I like the trample on, like, the 3/5 trample flyer or, 6/5 trample shark to crab are appealing. But, making a 2/3 out of the Herbalist kind of turns it into a real creature. So I'm going to do it. Oh, well, let's see if they've got removal. Dragonfire! At least I got him to use premium removal on an Herbalist. It was a bit of a blowout, but at least they used it on one of our weaker creatures. I can't find the meme. I'm not going to do it right now. Whoa. As I say, you got Conquistador multiples? No. No Conquistador multiples. So we're going to play Sharkey. And then if we could consider Augur next turn. I see what you did there, Hat. The bummer, though. I was almost not going to do it anyway. I didn't really consider the open mana since there's not that many removal spells for a 3 toughness creature on 2, but Oppo had one. We've got a Go for Blood and a Blink. Vault Robber. Well, I'm just gonna I'm not even gonna activate the Sharkdo because it can get through, and we need to find land. So I'm gonna start with an attack, and then we're gonna Augur and look for some land so we can get up to this elemental and then start interacting. So the Riverman. Well, with these, boy. Do we have any shuffling? I guess, like, this is rough because we didn't find any land, so we're kind of far away from the elemental, so we're going to put that. And, Protege? Sure, whatever. Doesn't matter too much. None of this shuffles, so this is just going to be what we're doing, but we can... And the other thing is, we can't Protege and, like, do anything. Yeah, we can't really find land, is what I'm saying. But also, Oppo still not really doing scary-ish stuff. In between Blink, Go for Blood... this is fights, though, right? So let's start with just an attack with the Giant Growth and the Blink up, and then we'll decide what to do after that. Oh, well, that gave us a 2-for-1, so we'll take it. 1 mana 2-for-1 seems all right. We can just play the Protege now. Find ourselves some land, maybe getting rid of the flyer, but we get to draw and decide. If we draw this, activate the Protege, and don't find land, we can pitch it. And if we do find land, we can decide on one of these. Or maybe we Ray to draw, like blink to draw a card next turn seems pretty good. Yes, let's send the Sentry back. They get to scry again, but that's a big setback for a blink that we get to draw off of. And then they bring it back down and we crab it. Whoa. Can't find the land here. If we send everything, they get to eat an augur, and they take 6, going to 7. I don't know if it's worth giving up an augur just to get them to 7 when we got crab to clear the path soon, so let's just send Krabby. Yeah, I could cycle, but I don't like that. I guess I just like, well, we could go for blood. What if we, well, we gotta tap this thing down. So let's just crab the Sentry. And now I think it's worth it to give up the augur if they want to make that block to bring him to 2. Ray will tap this thing. Go for blood will eat something else they play, and even if they come up with a 3rd, that should get us 2 through. Ooh, good one. Finally some land at least, and now we still win, so that's fine. Sorry, there was a good spell, but I forgot that this taps, right? Let me make sure. Let me read my cards, make sure I'm not screwing up. If it was red, tap it. Yeah, good, we got it. Protege with the final blow, like everybody expects. All right, that was like a Naya affair. Is that what we're looking at here? Didn't see flyers. Oh, it's more than Naya. We got Consign, so it's kind of a little bit of a greed pile. But again, it's not a criticism. I was being pretty greedy in the draft. You kind of have to do it in low synergy formats like Chaos, get a little greed. But I'm not seeing anything to bring in that case. This gets artifacts as well. We didn't see anything relevant there, right? Yeah, I think we're just running it back again. Unless there's like color specific stuff I'm missing. There's that Sea Guard that I've brought in before. This looks good. Well, we overcame that removal blowout, so that's cool. Now let's see if we can get one more. Lose to Garrett again. I want my revenge. Let's get him. But I'm also, any sports fan knows I should not be thinking ahead. Ryan, focus on the task at hand. Thinking about the match after the one you're still playing is the kind of thing to anger the gods. Lovely. Funny that we don't have an island. Oh no, this is an island mountain. Yay! That's actually like now. I was almost not running this, but that it's an island mountain. We have a speaker is a reason to make this one of our. If we were to cut a red-blue source, but this looks good. Gonna go ahead and start on the speaker. And then next turn we can open the gates in Fjord. Unless something better comes along. Oh, really? I thought he was I thought we would play him next if we won. Never mind. Pay no attention to me. Let's go... Can't play anything untapped anyway without casting the Open the Gates. So let's look for more tapped. Get all of our tapped out of the way. But I'm going to save that and pump the speaker. Now, pause on 2 mana says maybe Dragonfire kills the speaker before it connects. Again, we would take that. And did end up playing this silly Glimmerbell, which is not that good in this deck, but... Over what? That was the question of the day around here. Over what? Mario! Welcome, Mario and Raiders. Good to see you. How you doing? We're trying to take a second round here. Did you get 1 round, Mario? I didn't see the standings. They know about this one. Let's play it out. And then we'll drop the Glimmerbell. This deck has, well, it's classic chaos. This deck has some amazing cards and it has some weak ones. Oppo going for the 1/3 flyer over the 2/2. I kind of like the 2/2 better, but maybe they've got something to put on the ground that's going to completely nullify this that made taking the flyer out make more sense. Like this, for example. I'm going to go Gate Protege. And we'll say no attacks. Not a lot of mutate flying around, so we'll see if Nick has picked up any more mutate. IGI, interesting. That was one of our considerations for Pack 1 Pick 1, really. Here's one of my considerations for right now, right here. Dragonfire versus Sharkdo. I'm going to go Dragonfire since we have Blink up. Or maybe I just, how about Blink for the draw? Look for land, and then if they replay this, then we can fire it, and hopefully we have land by then. I like that. Blink's so powerful. Bounce draw just is generally powerful, and like we didn't find land, so I'm glad we dug deeper for it. Now if we find a land off the top, we can Tower Scout and Dragonfire 2 spell next turn. No land, but I like just firing this thing since it has Death Touch and then accepting. We could also take a turn off from trying to smack in and just play the crab for that. But Slimebind, we can flash in on anything else they play to try and get it. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we could, but that takes 2, right? So, I'm just in on killing this thing now. I'm on fire! IGI does not block. You run this, you better be aggro, which is a reason not to take it in the format, in that it can be difficult to get good aggro in Chaos, but it can also, I mean, not super difficult. You just have to have a curve, right? But it's just hard to get the deck you want in this format. Yeah, maybe we should cycle the blood. You like that? We don't really have big creatures, so that's a good reason to do it. Although we have Shark to Crab, which is a reason not to. I don't think we need to. We have Shark to Crab on a virtually empty board and plays afterwards. I'm just going to keep it. A little mana inefficient, but we've got action, so I know we're looking for land, though, so we can deploy our action. Giant Growth, great. Love it. Shark to Crab, we'll get to you later, buddy. Playing a 3/3 and getting in for 5 and countering a removal spell is gonzo good. Play a red creature, we get to tap it. Play no creatures, and we're looking golden. We don't have just a win here off of these, but we get them to 1 with nothing else. Not really. We get them to sack the IGI, but that's a reasonable thing to make them do with their turn. Do we get him? That's not good enough. That's our Ray of Frost play again. What else you got? Did they untap without cashing this in? I think they needed to fire this off for drain 4, and then they'd have a chance to recover. But not here. We got it, gang. Go into the finals of our pod at least. Well, there. Nice. Solid run again. Made the finals of our pod at the very worst with the deck I'm not loving, but it's got good enough stuff, right? The top end is great. So if we can draw a good chunk of our top end, we should be fine. But the bottom end is a little sketchier. Yeah, it looks like it was maybe our pod. I mean, the packs were pretty weak and we're playing in pod, so that's part of it too. Everybody's scrounging for their playables here. Yeah, pretty straightforward cab stuff, which is the classic way to approach Chaos Draft, right? How's the rest of the bracket looking? No, I think Kaladesh is off tomorrow. I don't think Hat would know. What are we playing tomorrow, Hat? Okay, AFR. That's cool. Yeah, we got to get some AFR in so we have sample size for our championship format champ. I wanted to check in on the brackets, though. Let's see here. Do they kind of slot everyone in the same spot? I feel like I'm always opposite bracket of Hunter Pence. Like I have to make it to the finals, and Hunter does too if I'm ever going to play him. Okay, so it's just been random. That's cool. Just variance. Just curious. I feel like I'm always in the G, like setting up to square against G guards in like the 3rd or 4th round or whatever. Here we go. Can we get a pod win? I'd love to get a pod win because of the leaderboard that they're keeping. This, if we win here, we get points towards the leaderboard that they're tracking in terms of, well, gold, silver, and bronze. This would give us a bronze medal according to the trophy system around here. Well, that doesn't look great on the play. But we do have a Tower Scout on any mana and Cetizen Training to help draw. It's a little slow, but I like the crab. I'm going to risk it. Since we're on the play, being a step slow, we can recover from. And any land next draw gives us a scout. All right, we got there. Lucky us. Needed that third land. Now we can play Scout or Protege. We'll play Scout. Just get the 3/3 out. Find one more land. We get to the crab on 4. Or maybe we go Thunder Drake. We'll see. Great lands, Oppo. Hey, Nick. Welcome, Raiders. Raider. I like the style, Nick. That's what I do. When I lose this event, I always raid the person who beat me if they're streaming. We're going to try and train. Well, I'm not going to... I could train. I'm a little worried about the open mana, but I'm going to go for it. We've got... Or, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Drake. I'm doing the Drake, and why is because we have a nice 2-spell for next turn. So I'm going to say no attacks here. I'm going to look for my Thunder Drake meme. Where is it? Man, I can't find it. Thunder! Well, now doing the thing into open mana is a little nerve-wracking, but our trick is about targeting their creature, not ours. So I don't mind going for the attack in here, seeing if we do the Shocking Grasp, and then opting to get the counter and not trying to train into open mana. And actually, we can opt mid-combat and get the counter on Drake. Oh, except we only have 1 blue. So, is it worth the damage to growth here? Nah. I like training. Then we got to risk it. It makes us look a little silly because we could have done this before, but I'm gonna take it now. I'm gonna try. If I had counted my blue properly, I would have done that differently, but it worked out okay. And I like this turn. We're going to be able to cast 2 spells again, this time Giant Growth or Merfolk, depending on blocks, and then Protege for the double. Although, again, we're kind of like, I'm going to go Protege and then attack, so that if they do want to make some blocks here, the Giant Growth does the thing. They don't want to do that, so I'll get it with the Speaker. Again, it looks like I'm giving up a point of damage, but we had our reasons. We wanted to hold up our Giant Growth. Telling me about it, Hat. I mean, silly indeed. That's going to get some life back, but they need more than that to overcome the advantage we're developing here. Removal on the Drake right now would be a good equalizer, or starting towards equalization. But next turn we get Crab with Growth. Or now, finally, Crab with Opt, since we have 2 blue sources. I didn't even notice when the mill happened. What happened to mill? How did they get milled? Did I do it somehow and not even notice? Maybe. Oh, Acolyte. There we go. Sorry. All right, we got a land. We got Crab and Opt and Giant Growth. And actually, what's beautiful here is that Crab lets us keep up both Opt and Giant Growth. Yeah, Rob, it's staring me in the face, but not with, like, rules text in my face. This is not a reading stream, sir. Please don't pretend that it is. Save the scout? Yeah, we'll save the scout. Although, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 11, 12. We could get him to 4 with, or 3, because the Drake would get another counter. Should probably just take this. And actually, let's not growth, let's opt. I'll opt and accept that trade. And then I think we have an excellent, like, I don't know how they come up with a win. I don't know how they stop our win next turn without a sweeper here. My expectations of you, Rob, are specific. This protege has done nothing but be a 2-3, but that's the world we're in. We're still winning this game. That's a pretty good comebacker. This is a fight spell, so it's not like we can punch this and not have us lose our creature, but at 10, oh, Slimebind. Some days.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
So do we want to go for blood something first? If we can go for blood the Gravedigger and just win? We don't even need that. Okay, we're gonna go here, here. And then attack in and win, unless they've got more action over there. I mean, there's many things we could have done to win here, but I'll just play this one. We don't even need to do anything. Actually, what I should do is nothing, because currently we win, but it's hard for me not to protect our dude. I shouldn't have done it, though. I just showed him we had Slimebind. So really, I finished that game on a mistake, even though we were finishing it on a win. We did see some flying, so we're going to bring in our flying removal. This is the first time this event that we've seen enough flying to bring that in for. Just keeping an eye on what we're up against. Bring in the shredded sails and cut. We can cut Opt. We can cut Ray. Ray gets a lot worse when you know they're not red. And we brought in something better for removal. This Glimmerbell is pretty weak, but we can put a training on it and then it's not the worst. But we don't have that many ways to augment its power, so I don't love this, but we'll keep it around, I think. And that leaves me on Opt or kind of our worst removal. Or, yeah, I don't really want to cut a creature. Do you understand the verb tense going? I'm not there yet, Rob. Nor are you. We got... Any thoughts? I'm going to cut the Ray, I guess. We've been pretty aggressive, and it doesn't tap things out of the way. You really are. You're salty, man. You're not salty. You're what's the word I'm looking for? Rob's in rare form. But I pushed him into rare form. I'm like the demanding coach that has pressed his buttons so much today that he's in a frenzy. Ornery, there we go. Thank you. That's a good one, Elgar. We can keep this on the strength of the gates. We need... Well, do we, though? I mean, we can get all of our colors. Oppo going first. Yeah, I'm going to keep. Both crabs, and now we've even got a 2. Although, we're going to get a red-blue tap land, so we're not going to play hybrid on 2. And get the red-blue tap. Nah. This is great. 2 crabs, too good. 2 crabs, too good. On the draw. On the play, I'm with you, Hat. But on the draw, I felt we could keep that. We didn't even shave lands. We're on 17, you know, so I like it. Or 17 plus the... 16 plus the gates, anyway. Ah, so we brought in... it's funny, we brought in flyer removal, and it's actually going to be decent artifact removal if we can find it. No islands yet to make this speaker bigger, but do we like it on blocks? Yeah, I guess in this case, right now, we like it on blocks. I don't really want to encourage a race yet. Shh, Nick, shh. Shh. Now, if I'm truly infrequently punished, we'll find a basic off the top. It does seem like cheating in Chaos Draft, doesn't it, Nick? This is my pack 1, pick 1, and then we got past a crab, pack 3, I think. Definitely this one was my pack 1, pick 1, and this is the one we got pack 3. I want to be clear. That's Fred, that's Ginger, and we're Millhouse. On the strength of the crabs, I'm actually going to crack in here or see if they want to do any layering. Probably just going to Dragon Fire the 3-1 out of the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and attack because I'm hoping the crab holds them back. You want to go Drake? I would go Drake if we had a clear 2 spell next turn, but we don't. So I'm going to go with crab. By the way, my 17 lands data, you know, I don't know if anybody got their report from 17 lands or whatever. My 17 lands said that I need to mulligan less. So I'm really just doing what 17 lands told me, Hat. Now I like the Thunder Drake. We got training into fire. You could still make a case for the crab, really. And you could also make a case for me staying back to block the 3-1. I shouldn't have attacked. I should have stayed back to threaten that block. But we can still win this race. I'm not blocking, though. An island would be nice. Get this thing to at least be a 2-2. That's not an island. A lot of our dual lands are blue, so our actual island count is a little low. Maybe too low to even justify the speaker. This we're going to lose to. That there's a bomb. That there's a bomb. What do we do about that? I guess we got to pin it down and hope for the best. So I'm going to go crab now and try to do some pinning. No, neither of these are islands. Oh, one of the duels is, yeah, but not one of the ones we have. Yeah, actually 2 of them, right? That's actually a good point. We have because we have the shock land, shock duel. So, yeah, we could just do that here. I'm trying, like, are we supposed to just pin it down right now? If we go training on Drake, hold up Dragonfire, we don't get the extra counter here. I think I'm on... What am I on? We could find land and bounce it next turn. So I'm actually going to go crab. Prepare to be blasted by the Doom Whisperer. But then we're going to try to bounce it and then tempo it for 2 more turns after that, as expressed. But this is the sequencing I'm going for to try and execute the triple Doom Whisperer tempo. That was the other idea, Rob, but basically we're going to start that train next turn if we don't draw land. And I'm going to go ahead and accept that this is going to crack in for a big smack. But then we get to really threaten some crackbacks. And if we find a basic, we get the elemental. And if we don't find a basic, we get the... we start the crab freezing. But if I start the crab freezing now, it's clearing the way for less damage, right? It gets it in now, but we get in 2 or 3 by playing a crab and accepting some face damage. If we wait a turn, we get to do the same thing but attack with another crab. Well, also they get another turn to play something though, so we'll see what they do with their turn. Fun combo. I love it when there's some cross-set synergy. Surveilling a coil bug into the graveyard. Sweet. I was talking about how our flyer killer was basically a plummet. Guess what? Maybe not exactly a plummet. Maybe, but this is really. Oh yeah, good. I saw a child and I thought it had Death Touch for a second, but that's better for us than Death Touch. And with a 2/5 back, we can swing team. Trade on the ground. Although we send Shark to Crab, they might double block it. That's not the best. But yeah, we might have to do that, huh, Hat? It's just that the damage is so important. But they're at 14, so let's go for the lockdown plan as we planned. Yeah, it's fair, Rob. I could have just attacked first. I probably should have. I was just so excited as usual. Call that a bargain. The best I ever had. The best I ever had. That's one of my favorite deep cut Who songs. Love Bargain. And it sounds like it's a song about an obsession with a woman. But Pete Townsend said the lyrics are actually about obsession with peace with serenity. Something like that. He said it's not about it's not about chasing a woman though. It's about chasing peace of mind. Oppo in the tank over the double crab issue. At 12 life double crab, you can start to see some writing. So maybe they're seeing that Doom Whisperer doesn't get there if they don't kill some crabs. You're always on my good side, Rob. We're just playing our roles. It's all good. Yeah, well, there you go. So they saw that writing, but that still gives us some action here. They're tapped down low. We have the double spell. Dragonfire, not that great, given that the stuff we're attacking with flies, but we still want to double spell to get the extra damage from Drakey Drake. Although, oh, we found a second spell. We can hold fire. Hold your fire. And now, once again, Doom Whisper not an out. Oh, I love it, Hat. I didn't even know that, and I'm a deep Paul Simon fan. But there you go. Although, who took his place with the Muse when he came back to bed? Cecilia, I'm down on my knees. I think we block. And I'm happy to trade there because this is lethal here and this isn't doing that much. And if they get outrageous with things, we can Dragonfire. Maybe they have some sort of morbid thing that I've played into here. Thrall. Thrall gets him to 9. That's pretty good. But we do have the Dragonfire now for this. Riverwise Augur is nice. Let's see what we find here. Doesn't matter too much. Pretty wide with a Shark to Crab activation, so I have high hopes that we've managed to beat a Doom Whisperer, but it's not over yet. Wraths are possible. Gain some life, there you go. But we have the Go for Blood for that. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Maybe I could have kept it and had it there, but it just didn't feel like it mattered all that much, and it's proving that here. We're going to go for blood. Really, I don't need to do anything. We should just have the win. I'm going to swing in and see what happens. And that flyer can't block either of our flyers. But maybe I should just go for blood using our shark. Let's do that. Because we could respond with the freeze down if this doesn't work. I just didn't want to, like, target my stuff that mattered. How about it? Beating a Doom Whisperer in Chaos. Love it. And we won our bracket and got bronze. Woohoo! With me not loving this deck, but I'm starting to love it more. It's really, really humming for the format, at least. But now we're out of pod, and we get to go see what other pod winners have waiting for us. I'll give him my handle real quick. Oh, man, you know what? That's what I should do. I'm going to do the nickname change thing here. The server nickname change. That's the way to do it, right? Well, here we are again. And yeah, I'm doing it again. We're keeping. It's almost the exact same hand from our last game that Hat thought maybe I should send back, but Forest, Speaker into Forest, open the gates, play a dual land, or even get an island, depending on what we draw. Let's see. Didn't draw. We could hold. You know, I think I'm going to get a. I think I'm getting an island. We only have really the one red card. Getting the splash mana isn't hugely important relative to getting an extra point of damage in right now. So I'm going to do that. The nice thing about getting a dual land was we would have gotten a ETB tapped land out of our deck at a time where we couldn't have used that mana anyway. So that part is real. I don't want to opt here when we have a 3-drop to play. We're going to just offer up the Speaker here. Our 1-drop for their 2-drop is still advantage for us if they want to take it. And if not, we get to play something bigger than a 2-2. They play a Legend, and then it gets big enough to trade for our Scout. But make them have it. A natural land off the top, untapped, would be great. We can get into the crab territory. But if we have to opt, find a land and protege, that would be okay too. No guarantees that happens, though. We only have one blue, so if we use it on the opt, we might not find a blue for the protege, but we're going to see here. And obviously, we'll sack our 2-2 over our 3-3. Ah, interesting. Okay, well now we get to go ahead and opt looking for land, and if it doesn't go exactly the way we want, we can foretell a packmate, so I like that. Yeah, given that we have foretell a packmate, let's keep this. It's land, we know for sure, we get to play it, we get to do something useful still. I'll attack first, and then suspend the packmate. Oh, must be a combat trick here. Sure thing. 1 for 1 for our 3-drop for 1 mana. Not bad for Oppo, but I like our follow-up here at least. All right, we could crab and it technically threatens, but this gets to tap down. So no matter what we play, we're not blocking anything, which makes me want to actually Ray the guard and play the packmate. Let's start on packmate, look for land. Found it, playing it, and yeah, I'm going to frost it. Maybe I should wait and do it on the stag, but I think we can get back into a race situation here that's fine. With our card quality. Maybe I should have hasted the Rendhorn, but maybe I'll save that and 2-spell this turn. Setting up a possible hybrid next turn. Trouble is, what are we doing? Double blocking? Single blocking? Really, now I'm thinking I should have hasted a 4-4, and I'm regretting that. I think that would have been correct. They could be at 8, right? So I probably should have done that. If I want to get that haste value back, I should either 2-spell or just play the crab. You think make a 5/5? I mean, yeah, we can put a counter on it, but it's like we can haste it next turn and play a crab. Like I can put a counter on it now, then next turn we're attacking for 8. Or I can play crab, and next turn we're attacking for 3, 4, 4. We're attacking for 11, right? Or yeah, we can 2-spell, and then if they attack, I don't love the... Well, they only are at 1 card. Yeah, given 1 card, let's 2-spell it, because they're going to have or draw something that blocks these effectively to make it not the right thing to do here. To not, and then they get a scry, but also if they're scrying there, that's good for us too, right? Maybe they're a little flooded. And now, see, I just like Swing Away and Dreadmaw and set up for the surprise Renhorn down the road still. I mean, we could Soroform and turn this into a Dreadmaw, but I'd rather just cast the one we've got. And looks like, yeah, they might have a removal spell and they're waiting for us to activate this. And now we put them to the test and say, are you just going to take all this? And they are. That's interesting. I'm still going to play the big boy. It might get picked off by removal here, but we're still ahead on life, so let's do it. Maybe they just go campus again. Yeah. Felt like removal, right? Scribe to the top. I don't love to see that, but I still like our hand, so let's see where we can get here. I mean, we're threatening 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on just the activation of hybrid, but they did top it, so what is it? Haven Sentry, all right. All right. Well, now we can spend a ton to hybrid it up. But if we play a 4/4, we're representing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have to block the 4/4. They have to block the like, yeah. I think we get to haste it up and be in a good spot. So let's do that. Trade what you want to, Oppo. Still a tight life race, but I like where we're at. Did we get there? Yeah, baby. Game 1 to the home team. In the sense that I'm at home. What do we see? We see flyers. That's always the big question. We saw Sentry. We saw Hawk. So we can bring in our anti-flying. We did not see artifacts per se. They're not playing red, so let's do the same swap of Frost for Sails. Yeah, this looks good. Opt on 1. I mean, we got a couple of red cards we don't have the mana for yet, but the opt makes me want to keep this. And we can always cycle away the blood for very little cost. So really, it's only the Dragonfire that's a touch stuck. Glimmerbell. I kind of want to dig for land. It does trade for this knight, though, and if we want to hold off this aggression, that might be our best bet. We do have Packmate to do if we don't, though. I think I'm going to keep the bell. I think I'm going to keep it because I like it as a threat on the knight. I'm totally willing to trade this off here and not take 3 from this. Well, we had things to do on 2, right? We could Packmate is the thing. But I don't like taking 3 when I can find a blocker that I'm happy to trade. And also, I'm trying to dig here, right? I want to dig a little bit. I don't mind that trade, though. We took some damage, but I don't mind the trade. And now, rather than, like, there's no reason to pack mate, or we could, like, pack mate. Yeah, no way. We're going to play the... the other thing we're willing to trade for that, which is our protege. They traded their 3 for our 2. Now I'll trade our 3 for their 2 if they attack in. That's cool. I'll trade it for trick as well. No prob. Because now we get pack mate and draw. Which I still like over Tower Scout. Pack mate. But it's actually been doing surprising work for being a 2-3 vanilla, which is also kind of what we figured it really what it was, you know. Now, are we taking this trade? I mean, we got nothing in hand but the scout and a cycle right now as we look for a red source. And can't keep taking 3. My worry here is that we find something else that we wish, but we have the, yeah, we got to do it. We do have it. We have the same thing behind, so I may as well take this trade for a trick or creature and play out another one of these. All right, red source is a site for Sore Mages. I'm going to play the Tower Scout. If we don't see something that we can win in a Go for Blood fight with, we might have to cycle this. I mean, we can't cast it next turn if we're going to cast the fire anyway, so I'm probably cycling this unless a sweet, obvious target lands right here. Now I'm going to hold. I mean, I'm not, I could cycle in response, but they're going to take the Dragon Fire, which is stinky pants. But what else can we do? Got to cycle into crabs, which I am going to do. Although, yeah, we could fight, but now we're talking 2 for 1 again, right? But maybe we have to, Rob, because the situation is dire. So I'll at least wait. There's no need to, like, spend the 1 mana when it might be our only out. Like, if we draw more land, we probably just have to do that. And there's the more land, right? All right. Huh, there's a pause there. Probably means Doomblade, and actually I'm not going to go through with that. I think we're going to lose this game because now I smell Doomblade. And since I smell Doomblade so strongly, I'm going to cycle Go for Blood.
Oh, here comes the flood.
Might still lose, but I'm glad for the read. Probably still losing, but boy, what a read.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Don't have time to scry. And Shark, technically, I mean, we're so dead, but we gotta play to our outs. And we can actually play in freeze, so we're not dead. I thought we only had 7 mana, but 8 mana means the flood is paying off at least a little bit here. Activating during upkeep in case they draw something to disrupt or something, I don't know. That's going to do it. All right, let's get there on the play. Come on, deck. You've already overperformed, so if we lose here, I'm going to feel like We had a good run, and we're gonna take it. I really hate this protege, though. I'm looking around to see if there's something else we should put in. Senate Courier. As long as we're not going to be activating the abilities on a creature ever, don't we want a 1/4 flyer over a 2/3? Especially with Bartizan Bats? Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, are we going to stay in it, or is this the end of the road, gang? Let's find out. We got bronze medal no matter what, and a fun extra stream today. Had a great day of streaming. Thank you all for hanging out, especially those of you who've been around for both. Much appreciated. All right, I'm not this much of a madman hat. There's no land finder to save us. Got to throw this one back. This we keep. Herbalist. Yes, you are a 2-drop. Oppo is aggro enough. I should probably keep you. But boy, I hate this card. And everything else here is better. Whatever. I'd rather have Desperation Blink than an Herbalist. I'm going to pitch it. It's just not good. All right, Oppo with no 2 is good news for us. They may like Doomblade R3 or something, but we're just not, they're not applying pressure on the 2. No, I didn't like going down on lands that way. I really just, the Herbalist is so weak, I didn't mind giving it up. And now we get a like, yeah, we should send here, but we may want to stay on defense. I worry, we've seen Humiliate. If Humiliate hits, what do? We can at least bounce the Faithful. So let's go like this. Well, Grasp, I mean, if they don't block, we haven't gotten them is my idea, but we can offer. Let's offer. Yeah, that was my worry, is they just don't do that, but we might even blink it or something. Might shock it to save some lifelink and just draw a card. Yeah, I'm going to cycle this through here. Draw a card, reduce the damage. It's just not the best use of our mana early, but it's not card disadvantage, which would be even worse. Much worse. Would be unacceptably worse. Man, we just keep getting discipled. It's been fair, though. I mean, it's not like gotten anything great. It's just been well-timed. All right, we need some help. Off the top, some help. At least a blue source if you're going to give us land. Please, please. All right. We brought this in based on the, not this 3-1 that we saw, but sure happy to have this. And we even get to have Giant Growth protecting it from certain forms of removal. But they've shown a lot of sacrifice removal where the Giant Growth does nothing. All right, at least they've stopped. We have not stopped drawing land, but they have stopped. And the deck couldn't even do me the favor of finding us a stinking blue source. Fine, be that way. I did it last game. I'm going to let it go for now. But you can imagine the flood meme for yourself. I've just played it recently, which is sad. It means we've back-to-back flooded. But welcome to the game Magic the Gathering. Maybe we need to pull this back just to make sure we don't run out of creatures. I think we need to save our own courier here. But so sad that we didn't find the second blue to draw a card here. We got all this mana, but none of it blue. Flood and screw at the same time is so frustrating, right? Again, though, I'm in good spirits. How many times did I run the dang Millhouse meme? We had such a good run for all things considered. And we're not dead yet. We're just mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
So this suggests a trick, and we have a trick as well that hopefully outclasses theirs. We'll see. Yeah, there is another one I can run. I just always run the classic, I guess. Hold on. I'll give you the other one.
I'm not dead!
He says he's not dead.
Yes, he is.
I'm not. He isn't.
Well, he will be soon.
Here's all our blue mana. Oh, three not islands. All right, we're gonna do vents for some pain so that we can play the elemental right now.
He's very ill.
I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
I got those islands. I ordered 400 of them for you, and they're just late. Here they come. Oh, this isn't a... None of this is a scry, right? Oh, sorry, I do have... No, yeah, none of this is scries. I don't think I have scry. Yeah, no worries, Penguin. I got a ton of duels. It makes sense that you would assume one of those was our scry duel. We're on defense now, though, gang. For the Shirleys. Oppo is learning to fly. Not a land, says the magic gods. Now we just gotta hope, but this seems like we're dead. Yeah, dead. Hey, Garbage Andy, you're rating right as we are losing, unfortunately. Well, we had a good run, gang. The deck really didn't cooperate there in our last two games. We flooded out just horribly. It's going to happen. We made a good run. So, good times. Thanks for the raid, Andy. Thanks for the... We're gonna now go... is our Oppo streaming? I assume so. I'm gonna try to figure out where they're at. Can you... Hat, do you have... What's the Twitch stream? Is it the same as the player name? Nate Fenley, no space? Right on. Good games. Are you a Fenley representative? Oh, we just got flooded out. I wish we could have gotten just a little more action there. That would have been even better games. But not bad, not bad. Thanks, everybody. Another fun run at the Sweatsuit Invitational. We added to our medal count. We got a bronze, so we made some leaderboard progress, and I'm going to go enjoy my evening, and I hope you do too. Let's congratulate our opponent together, and I'll see you tomorrow for the gauntlet, okay? Bye, gang. Oh, here, let me get this view. Bye, gang.